Are you tired of getting kind of meh results from AI? You ask a question and get something okay, but not great. Well, if you want to start getting exactly what you want every single time, then this explainer is for you. Today, we are going way beyond just asking simple questions. We're going to turn you into a prompt architect. I mean, let's be real, the guesswork is the most frustrating part, right? You know the AI is capable of these amazing things, but getting there can feel like a total roll of the dice. What if you could just eliminate all that trial and error? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. There's actually a name for this frustration. It's called prompt drift. It's that feeling you get when you have this brilliant AI response one day and you're so excited, and then the next day you ask a similar question and get, well, junk. That inconsistency, it almost always comes from casual, unstructured prompts, and that's the problem we're here to fix for good. And don't worry, we've got a super clear game plan. First, we'll nail down the problem. Then, we'll dissect the anatomy of a perfect prompt. From there, it's all about hands-on, reusable templates. We'll even level up with an advanced reasoning trick, and finally, show you how to build your very own prompt playbook. Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the prompting problem. Here's the bottom line. When you're vague with the AI, it has to guess what you want. It's literally just filling in the blanks based on assumptions. And that is exactly why you get those hit or miss results. If you want reliable, consistent outputs, you have to be systematic. So if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us to section 2, the anatomy of a perfect prompt. And the good news is you don't have to be a mind reader or some kind of super genius. There's a really simple, structured framework that puts you right back in the driver's seat. And here it is. This whole framework breaks down into just 4 key parts. Seriously, think of it like a recipe. Step 1, you assign a role. Step 2, you define the task. Step 3, you set the requirements. And finally, step 4, you provide clear instructions. When you include all 4 of these, you're not leaving anything up to chance. Let's just zoom in on that first step for a second because it is incredibly powerful. Role prompting. Just by telling the AI who it should be, like you are an expert marketer, or you are a patient science teacher, or a detailed historian, you immediately set the entire context for the conversation. This one simple command shapes the tone, the style, and the focus, and leads to dramatically better results. It's a game changer. All right, it's time for section 3, and this is where the theory gets real. We're talking about reusable templates for any task. Let's see how those 4 components we just talked about actually come to life. Okay, check out this classic for summarizing info. Instead of just saying, tell me about remote work, which is super vague, this template forces you to be specific. Summarize is the task. The topic is clear. X bullet points, that's a requirement. And telling it the audience, like for HR professionals, sets the role and the tone. See? All the pieces are right there. And boom, look at the kind of results you get. It's not some generic wall of text. No, it's a concise, targeted summary built for an HR pro, focusing on exactly what they'd care about: satisfaction, costs, talent. That is the power of a good structure. And hey, the same exact principle works for generating images. Just look at the insane level of detail in these requirements. We're not just asking for a portrait. We're specifying the style, cyberpunk, the setting, rainy Tokyo rooftop, the lighting, neon, and even the nitty-gritty camera details like 35mm and Bokeh. This is how you go from generic clip art to a piece of stunning, specific art. Even for something super open-ended like creative writing, structure is your absolute best friend. This template gives the AI the perfect guardrails. By defining the genre, the situation, and the tone, you're giving it a clear creative runway. It's not about limiting creativity, it's about focusing it. And the result is almost always a way more compelling story. So, you've pretty much mastered the basic structure. You're feeling good. Now it's time for section 4, where we level up your reasoning. This is a really cool technique that gets the AI to stop just spitting out answers and start actually showing you how it got there. It's perfect for complex problems. This little trick is called chain of thought prompting, and just look at the difference. On the left, a standard prompt just gets you the final answer, which, by the way, could be wrong. But on the right, just by adding that magic phrase, let's think step by step, you force the model to break down its logic. It shows its work, and that dramatically improves accuracy for math, logic, or any kind of multi-step problem. Okay, so we've covered the structure, the templates, and that advanced reasoning technique.
This brings us to our final and maybe most important section, how to build your playbook. This is the step that takes you from someone who just uses prompts to someone who actually architects them.
So building a real playbook means you've got to think a little like an engineer. You want to standardize your prompts with metadata, like a version number so you know which one works best, centralize them all in one spot so you're not digging around for them, make them modular so you can mix and match pieces, and most importantly, document what works and why, and always be testing and refining them. This is how you build a real system for success.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. It doesn't matter if you're generating code or marketing copy or a creative story. The quality of what you get out is directly tied to the structure of what you put in. Structure doesn't kill creativity, it unlocks it by giving you a reliable process to get relevant, accurate results every single time.
Hey, if you found this guide helpful in all, do me a favor and hit that like button, and definitely subscribe for more practical AI types just like this. We've got so much more to share with you.
And one last thing before you go, I'm always building out new templates and playbooks for myself, so let me know down in the comments. Should I share my next prompt pack with all of you? Thanks so much for watching.